Hey guys, do you have your attention now? It's me, Double Jump, and I think it's time we talk about Avowed. I had the pleasure of playing Avowed for about 20 hours, and I've come to the conclusion that it's an alright game. It's very middle of the road, pretty fun. Just if you want to start swinging your sword around, do a little bit of magic, and that's about it. Not very innovative or revolutionary, but you don't need it to be when you're just trying to pass some time. Where I think it really shines is the gameplay, combat in specific. You're very active, you're very kinetic throughout the entire thing. You really got to be on your toes, and I think it offers a lot of challenging fights. Now, whether it be any playstyle you're getting into, you got to make sure you're on your toes and you're thinking where you're going next. For example, if you're fighting with a gun or with magic, you got to make sure you're in a range where you're still doing enough damage and not getting swarmed. Now, another thing that I like about Avowed is that it offers many different pathways to the same goal. Like, for example, in what you were just seeing, it was two different sides of the same mission. One very aggressive and one more diplomatic. Now, touching back onto combat, you also have the option of doing magic, melee, guns, and you also have enchanted weapons. Now, you could find already pre-enchanted weapons. You can also enchant them in your camp. One thing I don't like, though, is that it doesn't really do anything with stealth. Like, you can sneak up on people and all that, but if you're going to be robbing people and they have items in their house, you can just rob them blind. You're not going to do anything. So I wish there was a bit more stealth. I also really like world missions. You could come across some missions out in the open world, and I think that's pretty fun. It gives you something to do while you're just exploring. And that's something you should do in this game, is explore. There's a lot of pretty sets, there's a lot of pretty settings and places you could go to. For example, like this beautiful mini dungeon with the vines and the roots growing everywhere. Oh, that's awesome. This is like some straight up high fantasy shit. Like, why would you not want to go out and enjoy that? So now, after all that is said and done, there are a couple of weak points. For example, I think the story is a little boring. It drags on a little too much. It gets very repetitive, like, oh, go here, go there, do fetch quest missions, and then talk to your god, and how they're feeling about the garden wall or whatever. Like, it's definitely the kind of situation where you're just itching to get back to the action and you're not really caring about the story too much, or at least that's my experience. It could be completely different for someone else. Another weak point I believe there is the companions talk too much. They're just like saying a bunch of nothing, and it'll often interrupt my thoughts, and I don't know if anyone else is having that problem, but it's just they're always yapping, and I wish it was a setting for us to be able to turn it off. Last but not least that I have written down here in my notes is that the characters feel very empty. Like, yeah, they talk, but it just feels like you're talking to like Chat GPT. It just doesn't feel very substantial. It doesn't really build a character in a way that would make you feel for them, if you know what I mean. Now, to wrap things up, I did write a little bit of a poem to condense the feelings that I gathered from Avowed. So here it goes. Avowed. Gun loaded, black smoke, pow pow. Look at that little cat. Goes meow meow. Get hit with a combo that makes you say wow. I'm too fast, too furious. I don't need magic to make you feel delirious. Man, I'm feeling real delicious. Thank you. Holy cannoli. I got that point blank. That was not fun. Oh, are you for real? A little help. What? Are you for real? Bro, no way. Are you dead ass, bro? What the fuck? What's going on? How did I get here, man? Whoa.